Good evening, everybody. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Now, in this reading, guys, this reading for me will be for a week. Okay, starting from the 30th of June until the next 1 week. We'll have to see the energy here, guys. With regards to the twins in this twin flame journey for both of you, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. In this connection, whatever is going on, what things are for you guys, we'll look into it with different questions surrounding the answers to the energies you guys both have in this connection here, okay, at this point in time. So take it in the way it resonates with you. Divine masculine, divine feminine. We'll see what our spirit, angel, guide, ancestors have to say about this twin flame connection for the twins in this journey for the next 1 week. Okay, so we have 6 questions for my spirit that we will call out for as we go along this reading. The first question will be with the mind energy for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The next question I will call out for will be the feelings that the divine masculine has towards his divine feminine, and vice versa, the feelings that divine feminine now has for the divine masculine. The third one that I will ask for, guys, will be how both the twins see the connection from their own perspective. Okay? The fourth question I'll have are the messages relating to this connection from one twin to the other. So what the divine masculine has in the form of a message for you, divine feminine, and what the divine feminine has a message towards the divine masculine in the form of communication, telepathy, anything, right? The fourth question, guys, will be the challenges or the obstacles that I'll call out for. Sorry, the fifth question will be the challenges and the obstacles that you guys both are facing in your own way. And the sixth one will be what you guys are hoping for each other or in this connection here. And the last one will be the overall kind of an energy that we will see throughout as we end the reading for both you guys here, for both the twins in this connection here. Okay, so we'll see what is going on from both sides at the same time. So it's like a comparison. It's more visibly visible to see the energies from both ends at the same time in the same reading. So I've decided to do a reading like this because normally when we check only the divine masculine's energy, it's good, we know it. But again, at the same time, it would be better if we know the energy of both the twins in this journey, because this journey doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to the twins, right? So that's why it's called the twin flame connection, because both twins are involved in this journey. So even though we check on the divine masculine's energy, we pretty well want to make sure what the divine feminine's energy could be as well. Now, I will be cutting the deck only once, as you have seen it. I'm not going to um, do this again throughout the reading. So whatever will come out from this energy is what it is for us in here. Okay. Now the first part of the story, the first question will be to my spirit, will be the mind energy. First for the divine masculine and then the mind energy for the divine feminine here. Okay. So let's look at the mind energy for the divine masculine and the mind energy for the divine feminine. The next question, like I said, would be the feelings. What is the feeling that the divine masculine has for his divine feminine? What's the feeling? The same question here. What's the feeling that the divine feminine has for the divine masculine? The third one will be how the divine masculine is looking at this connection from his perspective, right? How the divine masculine is looking at this connection from his perspective. Similarly, how is the divine feminine looking at this connection from her perspective? The next one is the message that the divine masculine has towards his divine feminine, and the message that the divine feminine has towards her divine masculine. The next one will be the challenge or the obstacle that the divine masculine is facing in this connection, and the challenge or the obstacle that the divine feminine is facing on her end or at her end in this connection here, right? And the other question we have is what is the divine masculine is hoping for this connection? What is the hope that the divine masculine has in this connection here? And what is the hope that the divine feminine has in this connection in here as well? Excuse me. Okay. The next one and the last one will be the overall energy for both the twins in this connection here. Okay, this will be our overall energy. Oh wow, look at this. The bottom of the deck is the Lover's card. Can it get any better, guys? I mean, you saw this from, I'm like astounded here myself, right? This explains a lot in this reading, but we'll see. So definitely this is the twin flame, lovers, soulmate energy, everything that is going on in this connection here, right? The divine is appearing. The divine is appearing, and the naked truth between the two people is becoming more visible as we move ahead, as we progress ahead, right? See, in this card, it's pretty obvious, guys, that the divine feminine, she's looking at her angel. She's looking at the angel. She's looking at her divine guidance in here. But she's looking towards the divine, right? The divine masculine, he is not looking at the divine. He is looking at the divine feminine. He is not looking at the angel, right? So it very clearly tells me that the divine feminine's kind of hope and intuition and understanding, everything is all very much spiritually based at this point. She believes in her spiritual part of the story. She knows this journey, right? She knows this journey from the start. She has been awakened to this journey for a very long time. She knows the entire rigmarole of this journey. That's why she believes that the fate and destiny of this journey is controlled by the divine. Whereas the divine masculine is looking at his divine feminine and was wondering what she is doing. What is her intention? What is she thinking now? What does she want from him now? What is that he needs to give her now? He is a little bit, in that energy where he is. I'm really not getting that story completely right from her at this moment, but he's curious. He is curious, he wants to understand her, he wants to know her better, he wants to, kind of get everything right about her, basically. Get everything right about her. And she is the person, the divine feminine is the person, guys. It's like, it's okay what you're looking at me. I know you're observing me. I know you're thinking about me. I know you're kind of obsessed with me at this point. But you know what? I have more faith and trust in my spiritual awakening. I believe that this entire journey is orchestrated by the divine. So I have faith in that. I have my confidence in that. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at my divine because I believe in that invisible power that is controlling or orchestrating this portion of the twin flame connection here. So I just wanted to clarify this card a little bit because even me is like, wow, this is, we just say it's a lover's energy, blah, blah, so on and so forth. But there is a lot of hidden stuff. And, another thing is that the divine feminine is in a place where she has got the fruits on her trees. And the divine masculine is in a place where the fruit of his labor, of everything that he has put in, is still not really clearly showing up. Right? He's got only certain leaves over there. It's like a little bit orangish kind of leaves. Could denote the spring or the autumn maybe, It's like withering a little bit It's not really green as the divine feminine has in her area or in her space where there are certain fruits as well. The fruits of her labor that she has put in is starting to ripe or become ripe, right? Whereas this person, the divine masculine, still is not showing up with any kind of fruits on the tree that he has behind him. So clearly telling me that's why he is more curious. He wants to know more about her. He wants to gauge her entire, the way she has worked in her life, the way she has fulfilled certain things in her life. He is very curious. He wants to know about it, right? That is the entire kind of an energy vibration that I'm getting. Okay, let's move into the reading, guys. So the first question I had was from my divine, was the mind part of the story for the divine masculine. What is the mind about the divine masculine talking about? Wow, King of Swords. Look. So the mind is completely logical. He is putting up boundaries with people or in his mind space. He is not welcoming everything or every information that is coming to him. He is kind of filtering those information. He knows what kind of information he wants to give or take, right? Either ways. So he is very, very clear. He is a man who is coming to his point of understanding that his emotions cannot overtake his decision. So his decision was not based on emotions. His decisions will now be based on his rational and logic, right? He could become very stern. It's like that energy I'm getting, right, guys? Excuse me. That it's like, don't try to fool me, right? Don't try to fool me. Don't try to, um, you know, don't think that I cannot see or hear or feel anything, right? And he's very stern because the look on his face is that I mean business. Let's talk business. Let's do business. I mean business in life. It's a very clear energy of a person's mind or logic in here. No second thoughts, no second guessing about situations in general. What I decide is my decision. And that decision will be because I have used my logic and rational and not my emotions to make the decision, right? I will be putting up boundaries. I will be filtering information. I will not be welcoming any kind of information that comes to me, left, right, and center. No, I have a filter. I'm going to filter it. Point number 3, guys. This energy is very, very spiritual as well, right? The King of Swords is an extremely spiritual, intelligent, articulate energy of a person with clear logical perceptions of their understanding. There is a lot of strategy that this person can actually build up, can think, because the mind is clear. Very, very strategic kind of information could be processed in a different way, right? So he is in that King of Swords energy during this portion in time, which tells me, guys, that he knows what he is doing with his intentions now, basically, right? So the mind is beautiful. The mind is beautiful. So let's look at the mind space now for the divine feminine, right? What is the mind space for the divine feminine? Is the 5 of Swords. Look. And why is she in the 5 of Swords? She is in the 5 of Swords is only because she doesn't trust anybody now. Her trust issue has completely suffered. She feels everybody can hurt her, anyone can hurt her. So she has this trust issue more so I'm getting, or even she could become a little bit egotistical at this point because she has been hurt before, right? So it is that 5 of Swords energy, guys, for the divine feminine is clearly indicating more than pride and ego. What I'm getting is her trust. She's not being able to trust anybody left, right, and center in her life. And some of you guys could also be very over ambitious now to win against all odds. You want to win divine feminine. So, that could be the energy for some of you where you're really very, very, you're chasing a dream, a goal, something in your life where it also could be that you will not allow other people in your life to affect you anymore. So you are going to be a person who has gone into the 5 of Swords energy where she probably looks at everybody with some amount of suspicion in her mind. She is like, even with communication, she might be using tactics or words or sentences in a way that could be hurtful to people, for sure. But at the same time, she is in that energy more so to guard herself from enemies, from people who she thinks can hurt her, can, because she doesn't. And see, another thing with this Five of Sword energy for the Divine Feminine, guys, that she does not want to show that she is vulnerable. You know, she is projecting that I'm not vulnerable. So don't take me for a ride. Right? I'm not vulnerable. I'm not a piece of cake that anybody can come in, and mess around with. Right? So, no. I am a person with my pride and ego in place. And for that, if I have to be a little bit crude or shrewd, I wouldn't stop myself from doing it. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this card for the Divine Feminine. So she's very much in that place where she doesn't want others, anybody in her life, to interfere or stop her or, come in and say something that will take away. So she could be in that phase where she might be even driving people away from her life, some of you. But at the same time, that is happening. It's because of the hurt and the pain in her life that she has gone through. I'm not trying, you might say that, oh, you're being very soft towards the Divine Feminine, but it's not about being soft, guys. It's about the fact that we know the story, right? Let's be very fair. We know the story. We know what has happened in this twin flame connection. We know what this person, the Divine Feminine, has been going through in her life. So it's not something that it's coming to us all of a sudden where we are jumping out of our skin and we are like, oh, she is in the Five of Sword energy. There is a reason. There is a reason for this person, the Divine Feminine, to be in this energy of the Five of Sword, that she wants to win at all costs now. She wants to prove to her Divine Masculine, more so, is what I'm getting, that she is better than this person. So there is a kind of a competitiveness here I'm getting from this energy, whereas this person, the Divine Masculine, is like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you because I've learned my lesson and I want to know and I want to do things right with you. But she's in that energy where she's like, I don't know if I can trust you. So I'm going to, be very, very cautious about my own self to prove to you that I can do anything to win over you and show you in reality how powerful I am or can be. Right? So there is what I mean? There is some kind of a subtle competitiveness going or working for both the twins in here at this point from the Divine Feminine side. Because I told you, she's looking at her Divine. She has been hurt. She has been brutally hurt and she cannot just give it up and forget it in a day and say, oh, no, it's okay. We are all good to go. We are hunky-dory. You can come with a rose to my house and I'm going to make you an apple pie. That's not going to happen so easily, right? It's going to take a while. All right. So this is that energy that we are getting. The next question I had, guys, what is the feeling the Divine Masculine has towards his Divine Feminine? What's the feeling, right? Let's look at the feeling. The Queen of Wands. Yeah. He's very attracted towards you. He feels that you are the world. Magnetic, charming, intelligent, could be a little possessive, could be a little controlling, you know. But you are the person in the Queen of Wand energy who still is not his wife, but is his mistress, because this is also a mistress energy, right? But what it is this is an interesting part, that she is so powerful. The feelings the man has towards you, divine feminine, is that he sees you as his Queen of Wand, that you can do anything. You can run a business, you can run a household, right? You can be controlling, you can be a little bit possessive, but at the same time, your passion for life cannot be, cannot be ruled out. So, what he looks at you, or how he looks at you, the feelings he has for you, divine feminine, is that he knows that you are nothing less than the Queen of Soul, because that's who you are in reality. That's who you are. I'm sorry, the Queen of Wands. That's who you are in reality, right? So he looks at you in that way as the Queen of Wands, where he is like, oh wow, this person is not only attractive, not only beautiful, not only can she attract other people in her life, but people are attracted to her. So there could be a little bit of insecurity as well for him too, right? Because he feels that. Because you have a lot of courage, you have a lot of determination, and you can really enjoy your life in the best possible way. But there could be a little bit of insecurity I'm getting, because he thinks that you can attract people in your life just like, clicking a finger, and others are attracted to you because of your looks, of your charm, and you're a little bit a person who is an esoteric as well. There could be a symbol of witchcraft and occult, where you have that ability to grasp people by their intuition or by your deep intuition. But you are a positive person, let's put it like that. You're an extremely positive person with an uplifting energy, right? That you represent somebody like the Queen of Wands, who he knows is willing to stand up and be on this person's side if need be. Let me put it like that. If need be, that you are the only person in his life who will come to his aid, running to his aid, right? If the need happens, if there is the need for this man, for help, or for anything else, right? So this is what that signifies. And she is that, she is that. And you are a person, let me also tell you, as the Queen of Wands, you have a lot of spiritual hunger. That's what I told you. You're very spiritually guided, guys. You have a lot of spiritual hunger, a quest or a search. You're searching something constantly. You have a quest for that spiritual part of the story. That's why you believe in the divine. You're not looking at anything else but the divine here, right? So that's where he's more attracted towards you, because he knows that you are the only person who can be his counterpart, even though right now you are not married to him. Right now you're not. You're not in that place where you can be called a married couple. But at the same time, you could be his mistress. But at the same time, I'm not using the word mistress in a wrong way. Please don't get me wrong. It's the other person in his life who is holding that position more so, who is holding that position in his life, where he knows that if any time he needs help, he needs anything from anybody, there is nobody else but this person, the divine feminine, who will be on his side. Period. Okay. Now, the divine feminine, how do you look at the divine masculine, right? or what is your feeling towards the divine masculine, the Nine of Cups, right? So you know that this man is your wish fulfillment. That's your feeling, you know. But this man could also be somebody who can overindulge in situations, right? When they are happy, they are very happy, they are doing a lot of party, they are going around, can be a little bit overindulgent kind of an energy as well with the Nine of Cups. But but this is also the card of wish fulfillment. So you know that if you get this person in your life, you are happy. You are not only happy, you are like you have got everything going in your life, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? This is your complete nine cups of wish fulfillment. It's like after that, you don't have anything to ask for from the universe in here. Right? You know, you will feel satisfied, you will feel emotionally stable, you will feel that you have all the luxuries in the world, just because you look at this man in that way, that he is a person who is your ultimate wish fulfillment in your life here. Okay, that's how you look at him. Now, how does the divine masculine see this connection from his perspective? What is he looking at, or how does he look at this connection from his perspective? The Ten of Swords in the reverse. So, his perspective of looking at this connection is that he doesn't want this connection to go through any kind of hardship again. He wants to put an end to whatever has happened. The Ten of Swords in the reverse is letting go of the pain and letting the sun rise back once again in this connection in here. Because this connection, he knows, has suffered, has ended, somewhere has ended, and it's time for this connection to be revived. He wants to revive this connection with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. This connection, the brutal ending, that's how he looks at this connection, is already done and over with. There is already an end to this connection, right? It just can't get any worse. It just can't get any worse. Now it's time to only move up, right? It's the inevitable end has already happened in this connection. So whatever has happened in this connection, guys, it can't get any worse anymore. It's like done and over with. So the only thing right now that he is thinking or looking at from his perspective is that this connection can only be revived and can only move upwards. The inevitable end has already happened in this connection here. Okay. Now, as far as you are concerned, Divine Feminine, right? Let's look at your thing. How do you see this connection from your perspective? What is your perspective towards this connection here? The Three of Swords. Look. You know, this connection has given you a lot of pain. Third party situation has killed this connection for you in a completely, totally different manner. There has been a lot of pain. I mean, this is right in front of you. That's why he looks at this connection that nothing else can get worse than this pain that has already happened in the Divine Feminine. Right? So you look at this connection as a connection of pain, heartbreak, suffering, and grief. Really. Right? So much of heartbreak, suffering, and grief in this connection. That's the way you're looking at this connection, and the way he is looking at the connection today, or going a little bit forward, is that nothing can get worse than what has already happened here with you. And so now the only thing is to revive this and move out of this, move upward, right? Get out of that vibration to vibe higher in this connection for this beautiful connection to get back into life. But you look at this connection today, Divine Feminine, as a connection that has caused you a lot of pain, lot of suffering, lot of heartbreak, guys. Third party has killed this connection for you. And that is your way of looking and analyzing this connection here. Okay. The fourth card, guys, is talking about messages that the Divine Masculine has for you, Divine Feminine. What is the message that the Divine Masculine has for you here? Eight of Wands. He wants to talk to you, guys. He wants to take action. He wants to move away from that pain. He wants to vibe higher. He wants to vibe higher, right? He wants to enjoy his life. He wants to travel the world with you. And this is not something I'm making up and telling you. This is the energy that is coming from this card in here. He wants to take rapid action towards this connection. The message is, I want to talk to you. Please allow me to talk to you. Please open the door and let me talk to you. Let me take action on this connection, because there is a need for some real quick decisions to happen towards this journey, right? So his message is, please allow me to talk to you. Please allow me to talk to you. Please allow me to come towards you. Please allow me to move towards you. Please allow me to sail towards you. Whatever that needs to be done, I need to do that, because there is this need for quick action now in this connection, right? So this is that message is letting you know, that I want to grow with you. It's a positive growth. I want to grow with you. I'm ready to be committed on a relationship. But I cannot force you into this commitment. That is the problem. If you don't want this commitment, now look at this message, right? If you don't want this commitment, this is what he's telling his Divine Feminine. If you don't want this commitment, I cannot force you into this commitment, but I am ready for this commitment. And I'm being forced to be patient because I don't know what you are wanting here. So I want to pave the way for action here. That's what he's wanting. Because he's ready for the commitment, but he cannot force you. Look at the way the tables have turned. It was one day, not too long ago, guys, with my reading, that I understood that you guys, the Divine Feminine, wanted this commitment. And today it's him telling you that I want this commitment, I'm ready for it, but I don't know if you want it, and I cannot force this commitment on you anymore. Right? But please allow me and help me to pave the way for the forthcoming, quick decision and action that I need to make towards this journey. So his message is, what I'm getting is a lot of plea. He's not demanding anything from you. He's not coming and saying, hey, listen, pick up the phone, I want to talk to you. No. That's not the energy I'm getting here at all. The energy that I'm getting out of this Eight of Wands, guys, is that he's pleading. He's literally, what's a word I'm looking for? I don't want to use a wrong word here, but it's more of a plea. Please hear my request. You know what I mean? That kind of situation. Please hear my request. All right? So he's looking for that. He wants to talk to you guys. That's his message. Allow him. Please allow him to pave the way towards you now, Divine Feminine. Okay, now what's your message, Divine Feminine, towards your Divine Masculine in this journey? What's your message, guys, in here? The Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Your message is you will be ready, but if it happens, that everything will have to change. The whole cycle will have to change for you. Because the wheel of fortune means that it's a beginning of a new cycle in your life. With money, with finances, with everything that had been a part of your story. So, your messages, guys, what I'm getting is that you want, yes, you're ready, but you want a change of your cycle here. You want the inevitable fate to be reversed in your case that had been sitting with so much of pain in your life. You don't want that. You want this whole scenario to be changed. You want a complete change of the situation here. So your message is that you're okay with it. You're not going to stop anything. You're not going to kind of control it, right? Because you know that life is made up of both good and bad. Both good and bad, but you want to be on top of the wheel now, right? Where things have been bad before. But now you want to turn the wheel and you want to move up, right? And change your fate. Change the fate of this journey. Change the fate of both of you guys. Change your luck, your destiny here. So you want to turn the wheel. That's your message. Yeah, you're ready. But you want the old cycle to end. When he should take that step forward, if he comes and talks to you or moves towards you, his story will be to change your fate in this journey. Completely change the whole cycle in order to move, because you don't want that pain to come back in your life anymore. So your message is that yes, you will be ready or you are ready only if you can see that this man is changing the cycle of fate towards your part of the story. Right? So you are telling him that you can, if he doesn't do it, okay, this is also what I'm getting. You're letting him know that if he doesn't do it, you will change your own fate. You will change your own cycle. You will change your own destiny. But if he does it, well and good, because you don't want to be sitting under the wheel anymore, carrying the load and burden of every possible person in the world. You want to be free. You're an accomplished person. You are more than accomplished to take care of your health, wealth, and vitality. So your message is that if he doesn't do the things right or doesn't move quickly towards you, then you are going to change. You're going to take destiny in your hands and change your destiny forever. That's your message, Divine Feminine here. Okay, let's look at the challenges or obstacles that the Divine Masculine has on his end. What is the challenge or the obstacle here? The Hanged Man in the reverse. So the challenge or the obstacle is that, guys, that he knows everything. Okay? He knows, he's clearly enlightened. But he also knows that for him to move forward, he will still have to sacrifice a lot of things in his life. And there is definitely a stalling at this moment on his end, because there is a fear of sacrificing what he already has. That is leaving his comfort zone, maybe for some leaving whatever the situation that he already has in his life, right? Or it also could be that he is coming to a point of understanding that throughout his life he has sacrificed a lot of things, and it hasn't really brought back any result for him. So it's time to change the whole situation also, is also what I'm getting, guys. And now is the time for action, you know. But there will be a lot of sacrifices. So he knows that whatever he is going to do from now, he's getting ready for that action. That the period of waiting where he had been hanging upside down is over. You know, when you are being forced, or he is being forced, it's a challenge, right? He's being forced to consider different perspectives on this love story. But, emerging more clearer. When now he knows it's a time for him to shed his old belief in life, old perspectives in life, and getting ready and equipped with a new perspective to take action or make changes in the life with renewed energy and vigor. So the challenge is, guys, is this, that he's getting ready. Okay, and before taking that final jump towards something, he should be equipped with all kinds of stuff in his life so that he's not taken for a ride, or he doesn't face a kind of surprise all of a sudden, right? But this is also the fear of sacrifice. So whatever he's letting go, he knows will not come back to him ever. So whatever he's sacrificing, his money, anything that he had built up in his life that needs to go, he knows he will have to depart with that story. It's not going to come back into his life. So he's kind of getting ready. That's why he's stalling the situation. Even for some, it could be work related, where somebody is looking for a change of career here. Because that person feels that a lot of things that the person had planned has not been bearing any fruits. So whatever that change in that situation is, with the relationship, with the career part of the story, will have to move quickly now. Will have to move quickly. And he's getting ready. But it's a challenge for him, guys. It's a challenge because it's not that easy. As easily I've said that, it's actually not that easy, right? So put yourself in his shoes, guys, and think about it, right? It's not going to be that beautifully easy, breezy, as I say, that pick up your bags and walk away. That can happen with this man. So you have to understand that it is a challenge. Though he has stopped hanging upside down, he's not hanging upside down. He's not suspending anything. He's ready to open the suspension. But at the same time, it's just the calm before the storm, right? Where he is kind of marinating the whole story, marinating the whole situation in order to move forward, right? Now, what is your challenge, Divine Feminine? What is a challenge that you are facing in this situation at your end? Four of Wands. So your challenge is this commitment. Some of you guys possibly is still tied up in an old commitment, even at your end, right? So your challenge is to change your home, to change your residence, to buy a new place, to, make a new community happen, to find back your joy, your celebration with the people you love, building back your safety and security with your commitment in this relationship. Because like I said, some of you guys could still be committed with your karmic situation, but at the same time, your challenges, you don't know whether this man can bring you back this commitment in your life, in this journey. So your challenge is this story here, this love story. You're not very sure about this love story, or for some, like I said, some of you guys could already be in a marriage. So your commitment part of the story could also be a challenge, where you want to change your whole cycle and destiny towards a new possible direction in your life as well, right? So your challenge, what I'm getting, guys, more so divine feminine, is that your challenge is towards this commitment in this journey. You're not sure. You're not sure if you can really see this beautiful love story ever again or ever. Right? You're not sure. You're feeling very kind of obstructed, obstacles, a challenge, right? With this kind of a situation, whether you can build back the strong foundation of trust, of support, and of understanding. So, your challenge is that you're not very sure if you can build back a foundation based on trust, support, and understanding, and have a strengthened union with one another in this journey of love. So, that's your challenge in here. All right. Let's see what you're hoping for, divine masculine. What is that he is hoping for in this connection? Four of Swords. Okay. So he's hoping that he will be forgiven. That's the first thing I'm getting. He's praying a lot. He is connected to his divine. He is silent. He is silent as well because he is also going through or has gone through recently a third party situation that has completely brought him down to his knees. That's one for some. For some, it's ill health, where the mind, the body needs rest in here. So he is hoping to recover quickly. He is hoping to come out of this stage of silence quickly and start to work on the situation ASAP, right? But at this point, he's hoping to heal you and he's hoping to heal this connection quickly as well, is also what I'm getting. So he's hoping that things will come back to its rightful place because, like I said, the four for me is a very stuck energy. But at the same time, the four is the energy where things kind of evolve out of, right? So four is an energy. Yes, you might feel stagnated. He could be at this moment. He could be feeling very locked, imprisoned. He's probably not going out anywhere much. He's probably not interacting with people at this moment. But he's hoping that things will improve. He is hoping, he's having faith that he will be able to heal his past with you or just his past by himself. And that itself will be able to heal you as well because you have gone through a lot of brutal Three of Swords. And he knows that. And he knows that. That's why he's feeling very, very bad about the whole situation. But he's not being able to talk to you. He could be burnt out. He could have been under a lot of pressure, under a lot of stress, because he didn't know how to settle this issue with you, Divine Feminine. So it could be a period he's hoping that will cross quickly, where he will come out of this situation and will be able to bring back that whole vitality in this relationship as quickly as possible. Is more that I'm getting from this cards and here, guys. Now, with you, Divine Feminine, what are you hoping for? What is your hope in here? is the King of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, see? You're hoping, I'm sorry guys, but this is this is the energy of the person that you don't want to see ever again in your life with this man in here, the King of Wands in the reverse. And you're hoping that you never see that man again in this energy ever. If he comes back to you, he should come back to you like this. If he doesn't come back to you, it's fine. It's fine. But if he comes back to you like this, you will not take it. You will not take it. So you're hoping for a change of his personality here for the divine masculine. You're hoping for a change of his personality here because you, like I said, divine feminine, you have seen the worst spectrum of qualities of fire in this man, where there has been a lot of selfishness, ruthlessness, manipulativeness in the mind, and points out, this card points out to all the, the strong and the weak personality of the Queen of Wands and of the King of Wands in the reverse, right? What he thinks is strong, being ruthless and manipulative, being selfish, he thinks it's strong, but others know it's a weaker aspect. So it kind of, it's a reflecting on his image, where you have seen through that, you have gone through that phase, and you can dig deep into his personality. So if you see any trace of this kind of a personality in this man, going forward, if ever again, God forbid, things move, things quickly change and everything happens in the right direction, you're hoping that you never see this man in this situation ever again. That's your hoping. Okay. Now the overall energy, guys, before we wind up this total reading here, let's look at the overall energy here. The world in the reverse, right? With the lovers, look. So there is an unfinished business that is waiting for a completion here. This unfinished business is going towards its completion, right? With the world in the reverse, guys, the business is still incomplete. This journey is still incomplete. It has to be completed. The sacred union has to happen, right? So this journey is still waiting to be completed at this point in time. With the world in the reverse, where it could be a possibility that's also a part of the story, guys, and I have to say this, where it could be a possibility that both of you have had personal closures in your life, in yourself, both of you. Like the divine masculine has been closing cycles, personal cycles in his life, and you have been doing the same, divine feminine. So there has been a lot of personal closures at both your end. But when it comes to the biggest closure, the biggest cycle that still is awaiting to be closed and a new cycle awaiting to begin, with the card of the lovers, it clearly talks about, guys, that this fulfillment, the harmony, and the completion of this energy of the twin flame soulmate energy of both the twins is still waiting for a huge mega completion here, right? So this is what I have for you guys, and we'll again check energies later on, doing this kind of a reading for both of you, right? So that we know what we are looking at Add the twins on the same table. On the same table here. Death is coming in, guys. A change is coming in. That's why this completion is on hold. A change is coming in to change everything, right? The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, where both of you guys have possibly not been working towards this situation anymore, but it's like y'all are not putting in effort, or the universe is saying enough effort has been put in by both of you. It's time to close that cycle and move forward. The Seven of Swords in the reverse, with good intentions in life, right? Not with the Player's energy, with the Knight of Wands in the reverse, not with the Player's energy. So whatever that both of you guys will be doing will have to be honored, will have to be received well. And if he comes back in the Player's energy, it's done. So there has to be a change of the cycle before the completion is done and over with in the sacred union in the 3D. Okay, so therefore this energy is going on where death is telling both of you that it's time to understand why things have happened, right? And change this energy into a different energy to take the right action and inspired right action against those who can come in and interfere with your connection. So whatever you guys are going to be doing will have to have powerfully good intentions and make things happen in the right way here. Okay, changing the whole scenario in this connection. That energy is slowly flowing into the situation here. Enjoy this reading, guys, and please let me know if you have any comments. Feel free to let me know. Until then, keep smiling, be happy, stay safe, and let's be together to work in this twin flame connection, in this journey. I being the medium in this journey for you guys as well. Okay? Take care, guys, and see you soon once again.